Gentlemen, welcome back to the Death, Taxes, and Bananas podcast for another titillating episode of the challenge. For my next guest, I want you to look up titillating before, since we haven't announced who it is, I want you to look up titillating before we come on. I want you to give me the definition because we love doing a word of the day. So today's word of the day is titillating. So welcome back to another titillating episode of the Death, Taxes, and Bananas podcast. We got a good one in store for you today. Again, in the interest of sounding redundant, you can find us on Spotify at Death, Taxes, and Bananas with Johnny Bananas. You can find us on youtube.com/at Death, Taxes, and Bananas and Instagram as well at Death, Taxes, and Bananas. I'm building the following up. Not going to lie. I think at this point, the Death, Taxes, and Bananas Instagram account is at micro influencer status. So who knows? Maybe pretty soon I might be able to get like some, I don't know, teeth whitening deals, or like, I'm not into like, the female sexual stimulation tools, but I hear that's a really popular one now too for micro influencers. But yeah, we'll see. Sky's the limit from here on out. Might fuck around and start an OnlyFans. All right. We'll have to ask my next guest how he feels about that. All right. Well, listen. You know what they say, or at least what I will say. A friend will help you move, but a best friend will help you move a dead body. And that's exactly the kind of ride or die my guest today has always been to me, even if it was not in his best interest of the game. In fact, I feel like I've been kind of like I guess some would say a relationship, kind of an anchor, kind of holding him back and not allowing him to, really spread his wings and do his best. But loyalty is one of those things that is very rare to find. But when you do find it, ladies and gentlemen, hang on to it. From the moment we stepped onto the challenge together, Leroy has been my A1 since day one. Solid, loyal, and straight up one of the realest dudes to ever do it. And one of the only guys that is able to understand the sick, twisted, and demented brain that is on the shoulders of this guy. Now, his impact on this franchise obviously cannot be measured in wins or prize money, but it can be measured in something more important. Loyalty, laughter, and the kind of integrity this game does not see nearly enough of. So, even though this season didn't end the way that we wanted, we still won because we had Leroy back in the house where he belongs. And I'm not talking about the one with two little ones and a wife. I'm talking about the house that Bananas built. And speaking of wins, we cannot, we can't end this intro without mentioning his partner, America, who in a scandal that never made air, got drunk and tried to make out with half the house. But turns out of all the dudes in the house, Leroy was the only one that was not blessed by America. Without further ado, my next guest, my ride or die, Mr. Leroy. Welcome back to the pod.
Thank you for having me, brother. Those kind words.
Thanks, man.
Those kind words.
Especially the end.
You said didn't get blessed by America. I definitely didn't get blessed by America. Absolutely not. I was blessed to have her as a partner, but she definitely didn't try to make out with me.
So you're the only one. So you weren't part of the list.
Nah, if whatever she was making out with people or was making out, I probably was sleeping.
Okay, that sounds about right.
No.
Yep.
More than likely, if you see me throughout the season, my feet were just hanging out the side of the bunk bed, no socks on.
Well, it took place. It took place on the bus. And Leroy, I gotta say, you have come a long way because you used to. Sleeping was the last activity that you would partake in on the bus.
The back of the bus, man. They put cameras on the back of the bus because of me.
They weren't even on the back. This is the story that I love to fucking tell, and people don't understand what the challenge I used to be like. It's just a different animal, and this is one of the ways. And you know Angel as well as I do. Angel's first season was on the island. He's from Panama. Great dude. Guy loves a good maul. But Angel, I think, missed his calling as a fucking Marine sniper All right, the way this guy knows how to hold a camera. Every big scandal moment that you've ever seen on the challenge of people being caught doing things they weren't supposed to do, especially on the bus, Angel. Because what this guy would do, and Leroy knows because he's been a victim of this. On our way back from the bar, that's when everyone's on the bus. It's like, oh, the lights are out. We can do whatever we want. Angel would sit in like one of the front 2 seats because production always sits in like the first 3 seats of the bus. And he would put his camera on his thigh with it recording, facing backwards, but he would be looking out the front window of the bus. So you wouldn't know the camera was rolling, and people like Leroy would think that, oh, well, if he's looking that way.
Game time. Game time. It's time to get it in. Yeah.
The all-time favorite story and clip was when you told me that you were watching the episode with your ex, and the Jemmy clip pops up where she pops up from behind the seat, and you just sat there staring, deadpan.
Yeah, because the thing with the challenge, you don't know what they're gonna show.
Yep.
That's the thing. You never know what they're gonna show. I had a whole watch party. Oh, this is gonna be great. You see some girl pop out of my lap. My girlfriend's looking at me like, what? And I just, at that point, I just kind of faded into the back like Homer Simpson.
Well, you don't know here's the thing, because you don't know, like, should I rat on myself and apologize for something? Because there's a shot it's not ever going to make air. But then if you wait until it makes air, it's like, no, you're only apologizing because you got caught. So it's like a catch-22.
Guys, life is about wins and losses, man.
You've won, all right, in a lot of ways. And I'm talking about, I mean, dude, you, and I know we've talked about this in the past, but you're a dad, all right, ×2. Amazing father, all right? And you've recently gotten married. You guys eloped. I mean, I understand why, because had you not, it would have had to have been like, Bananas, you got to be my best man. Can you plan my bachelor party? And you probably would.
Then I would have got married no more.
Exactly.
My marriage would have been thrown out the window.
Exactly.
That's what I thought of. I was like, man, if I have a bachelor party, Bananas and everybody else I know that's single is going to ruin my life. And I'd rather just not. So I actually didn't have a bachelor party. A lot of my friends were mad. Like, man, that's all they care about. I can't believe that you didn't tell us that we should have a bachelor party. Yeah, well, then I'd be losing my wife like how you are right now.
Why do you have a picture of Anissa behind your couch on a pillow?
Right there? I hear this right there.
On a pillow. Why do you have Anissa on a pillow behind your couch?
That's not Anissa, that's Rihanna.
Oh, shit. I can only see half her face. All right.
Oh, it kind of does.
From here?
Anissa does have that nice, forehead. That's Rihanna.
Yeah.
That's Riri.
Yeah, I can only see, she was hiding behind a couch.
This is Cam's beauty room for anybody.
Oh, I love it. How do you keep the couch with 2 kids? How do you keep there you go. All right.
We're not even allowed in here. Cam's not here right now. She's out of town. So I decided to that Dave Chappelle where you put your feet on their couch and shit? That's what I'm about to do in her room. Yeah. Feet all on the couch.
She's got a mirror over there. What are you going to do in front of that mirror?
I don't want to say. All I can say is that my neighbors will see me, and some of them may or may not be impressed.
But no, man, tell me about fatherhood, man. Tell me about, being, like I said, you did the damn thing, dude. You tied the knot. Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, Leroy's off the market officially now, so I'm sorry. But how's it been? Yeah. Give me a day in the life. I know probably trying to decide between pancakes and chocolate chip waffles must be a difficult daily task.
Yeah, the last time you called me, my kids were having a tantrum. That's what toddlers do. Then when you texted me last night, out of nowhere, they were just whooping my ass, and then they stopped. You sent me a text message like, hey, man, are you okay, blah, blah, blah. Then they stopped. But fatherhood has been good. One of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. With us getting married, I felt like we were already married. Once you start having kids, once you live together and you make that commitment that you're going to be with them, you already married. So now it's just, ring and a bunch of paperwork, but I already felt like we were married, and it's been the exact same as it was before. Nothing has changed, just that now, if she ever tries to leave me, I'm going to own half her things.
Would you say the experience has been titillating?
It has been titillating.
Did you look that up?
It has been titillating, and I've been scared to do any type of titillating because I don't want any more kids.
Dude, I don't blame you. Listen, we can't all be saints like my sister that has 9.
Yeah, or even when you think about Zach, I just was with Zach and with his 4 kids. I'm like, damn, man. Anytime that I complain about how hard it is. I'm like, this guy has 4 babies at home.
And when you guys posted that, I commented in it because I don't know if it was you or Zach or one of you guys posted the picture of you guys, at the park with the kids and then, pushing the strollers and all that. And it was like, and I said this, my world of the world's 2 brain cannot wrap my head around what I'm looking like. If you think about it, just a few short years ago, all right, we were all, single as a Pringle. By we all, I mean me, because I've obviously settled down. But like, could you just look at that picture, being like, dude, if you would have showed this picture to us 4, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years, well, I don't even know when fucking World of Worlds 2 was, 2015, 16, so more.
Yeah, it might have been like 18 or 19,
whatever it was.
I couldn't have pictured. I couldn't have pictured.
Could you imagine looking at that picture like then?
I'd be like, absolutely not. I'm like, there's no way. First of all, the fact that I'm married, 2 children with Cam, I didn't even see that because at one point we were at
that point. And then, no, I'm saying coming into World of Worlds 2.
That's right, World of Worlds. We didn't talk. We were beat
I remember, and I then took the brunt of me. Remember, I was like, all right, Leroy, you know what? You guys are done. I got your back this season. That girl over there is Zahida. She's hot. Why don't you go for that? And then it was like, and now I understand, and I said this in the past, why Cam has you has the hold on you she does, because all it takes is a look. I'd never seen the look before until that season when I was like, Leroy, there's Zahida, and Cam shot me this look, and I felt like I was gonna die in my shoes.
Yeah, it's like the look I would get from my mom. She's like, nah, hell no. I even get that look now. I try to get that look to my children, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
It only works when she does it.
But and then she was also responsible for my demise that season, because it was her and Ashley Kane were the deciding vote that sent me and Voldemort into elimination, and then we ended up going home because.
What'd you say? Who?
What?
What'd you say?
Voldemort.
Something wrong with you, bro.
No, and I still don't know how we lost that elimination. It was a world geography elimination.
Because you was looking up and trying to get the answers from me. I was like, China.
I'll never forget. We were going against Zach and Zahida. I had no idea. I guess I should have known. I mean, because Zahida is from Europe, and the whole map was like, I don't know anything outside the fucking United States. I couldn't even point to Montana on a map if I had to. And I look up at the risers and who they had helping them and who we had helping, and it was like they had the entire house minus you, Nany, and that guy, what was his name? JD, whatever his name was, that was on for one season.
Yeah, the Brazilian guy.
We were lost.
All I was doing was looking at you for support, like blinking, like, hey, man, good luck.
You were looking at me for support.
I always loved you. I've always cared about you, brother.
Speaking of looks, fuck, I forgot to print the picture out, but it was so funny because I was watching this last episode. You're a very expressive person, and the looks on your face always, you could tell exactly, and I know you so well, it's like I know exactly what's going on in your head just by the look on your face. And one of my favorite looks is like the fucking, I have no idea what the hell just came out of your mouth look.
That's there.
It would happen every time there's an elim that you're in, usually, and when I'm there, I'd see that look on your face. TJ would explain it, and you would immediately, the second he's done talking, look at me and be like, okay, so what am I doing?
Yeah, please explain it.
And in the elimination on this last episode, you see the shot right after he explains it, and everyone's sitting there and they're smiling, clapping, and you have that look on your face. You're just looking at TJ like, I have no fucking clue what you just said.
No, and when you told me that, when I watched the episode, I said, damn, it's crazy. My little boy has that same look. Yep. And for me, I'll just stare up like that. Whenever they explain the game, it's like it got to be broken down like twice, maybe 3 or 4 times. And it's super simple. Like, Leroy, just take this pole and run the other way. But wait, so am I going north or am I going west?
Am I going up or am I going fucking sideways?
Or am I supposed to make it straight?
Oh, dude, I love it, man. Overall, top thoughts coming into this season. I mean, obviously, your time was cut very short on 40, which was super unfortunate. Like you said, I mean, we've talked about it in the past, but you said that, like, going into balls in and getting hit by fucking T-Reigns was like getting hit by a semi-truck. So you kind of, I think,
yeah,
we're kind of
that was a rude awakening.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Rude awakening. I had a lot of those.
No, I'm just saying, coming in 41, just top line thoughts of this season coming in, the format, the new threats. You know, I mean, you were there. Obviously, you outlasted me once again on a show. So, I mean, how'd you feel about this season? Because I feel like people are on the fence about it. Some people like it, some people don't.
I mean, I think it's always good when you can ask some new people if they're like likable. I said this before. I feel like all the new rookies, guys and girls, I have nothing bad to say about them. The coming into the show, I thought it was good, right? When I got there, I realized that I shouldn't be there. I was like, yeah,
At what point did you realize you shouldn't be there?
When TJ blew the horn and we had to go up that hill.
That was it.
Well, it wasn't a fucking hill. It was like a fucking Mount Everest. It felt like.
When did you realize you shouldn't be there? Basically, when I showed up and TJ blew the horn.
Yeah, like I would probably say the first 55 seconds into that of TJ blowing the horn is when it felt like I just smoked 10 packs of cigarettes.
Yep.
Because I was like wheezing. And I just said this too. I say this all the time. Cam, before both seasons, was like, Leroy, get off the couch. When are you going to do something? I'm like, I didn't do anything to prepare for it.
Lean body. Hashtag lean body.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lean, but as Zach has said before, body before truck, engine of a golf cart. I really had the engine of a skateboard. A skateboard. It was just like imagine trying to ride a skateboard up a mountain. That's how much I was struggling. The engine of a skateboard. So I knew right in there. It's been. I think this probably was the only season I've ever done out the gate where I knew I had no chance of winning. Some seasons you go on and you can be like, all right, you start getting your groove and you feel like, okay, maybe there's a good chance. No part of this season or from the beginning, I knew, right? You could lie to people, you could lie to whoever, but you cannot lie to yourself. And I felt it. I knew it. And I was like, fuck, I'm screwed. Like, I'm going to be here.
You're telling me you felt like you had less of a chance this season than you did on Rivals 3 when you were carried out by medics. Because you
I had more of a chance on Rivals 3 to compete with a fucked up back than I did season 41 for sure. I shouldn't have been there. CT shouldn't have been there. He was saying, I say it respectfully. It's just I'm not
okay. I'm just gonna stop you right there. No, listen, don't say you shouldn't have been, because I think that, like, obviously you bring a lot more to the table than just your physical acuity.
I understand, but I'm saying Bananas like
all of the vet. I mean, literally, that was the poorest showing of vet males and females we've ever had. It's like, guys, you're going to put a show together called Vets versus New Threats. Now, it would have been one thing if you would have brought a bunch of threats on who, like, I don't know, weren't that athletic, weren't cross-country fucking runners, weren't Marines. They were like, right. Okay, let's figure this out. Let's bring, like, the coupon cast of our vets and let's literally assemble the goddamn Avengers of, like, other shows and bring them on, and let's see how this goes.
But you coming in great shape. I can't think of a time where you came in and you didn't compete at a high level. So I know that I could have done way better. And so that's what I mean. I shouldn't have been there. As far as like TV purposes, entertainment wise, yes. But for my own personal like ego, it's like, nah, dog. What you think you about to be sitting here eating Kit Kats every day at home playing with your toddlers, and you about to come and even if there was no rookies there, just those type of challenges, Johnny, I wasn't ready for. I wasn't. And I thought I was living off of yesterday. Like, I could remember we climbed down that building. We had to hold on to that rope.
Yep. Oh, I remember.
And you always say that I used to have great grip strength. Them days, it's a wrap now. It's over with.
Listen,
I got to rebuild that.
In your defense, I know you said, "Oh, well, you
playing with myself every day is not grip strength."
Well, it depends. If you got to switch hit, dude. You can't just go one-handed. All right, that's the problem. That is the problem. Now that you're married, you don't have to do that all the time. So you've lost your grip strength. You got to tell Cam in the future. You got to be like, babe, listen. I know this is going to sound weird, but I got to start masturbating more. But it's for the show.
And I'm glad you said that publicly, because that's exactly what I'm going to do.
You're welcome.
I really need to get back to that to get myself back.
You do.
Yes.
And if you want, dude, I will write a letter of recommendation. Okay, I'm sure she cares everything that I'm sure she'll take my word.
Have people sign it.
I will.
Have the producers sign
I'm gonna have
Leroy to start
producers.
fucking.
I'm sure I've got some friends that'll co-sign it as well. I know this dude Ben, long-haired guy that I know pretty well. Wears a suit for no purpose usually. Dresses like he's fucking going to a wedding every day or like serving. I'm like, what's up, Ben? Ben's
I'm a
actually
limo driver.
Ben's actually sitting behind the fucking computer.
I know.
Listen, in your defense, though, I know you're sitting here like, oh, well, you come in shape every season, Leroy. I'm not married and I don't have 2 kids, so I would have no excuse if I came in bad shape. If you think about it,
Yeah.
you, CT, Derek, Theo. I mean, you guys all got kids, man. You guys all have other obligations. Like you don't have the abundance of free time that I have. So there's that.
Yeah.
But also, I'm like, this is what and I've always said this about CT and me in the comparison. If I show up and I'm missing 1 ab, okay, if I have a 7-pack and not an 8-pack, and I'm not fucking the absolute head of the pack and I'm not winning every single challenge, like, oh, Bananas, you lost it. Hang them up. You're washed up. You're fat. You're old. You're a fucking loser. CT shows up literally with 4 human beings attached to him. They're like, oh, it's his dad bod. So I'm like, what the fuck?
I know. That's just listen, that's just life. Life isn't fair. That's just how it goes.
I've never met anyone. I was just talking to him yesterday. He called me about his son's Halloween costume. I don't want to ruin it, but I was like, bro, an epic, and I will take whatever. I'm okay being made fun of. You should strap your son to your back like a backpack and dress like a banana. That would be an amazing Halloween costume. But anyways,
he ain't doing that.
No, but no, that's what he was even saying. He goes, and I know this. He literally has the most loyal fan base of anyone I've ever met. I think more people are like fans of him than like Jesus. Like I think Jesus did more wrong in people's eyes than CT.
I agree. CT can do no wrong. Holy Grail.
Holy Grail, dude. Okay. So coming into this season, the format you knew. I mean, right? I will agree. Like even that first mountain sprint that we had to do. Just seeing where I was, with these other guys, I'm like, you figure like once you're in like the grind, once you're in the thick of it on a climb like that, you look behind you, look in front of you, you're like, all right, this is pretty much where we're gonna stay, right? Like, these guys Jake's not gonna pass, Cedric's not gonna pass, fucking Will's not gonna pass me. I don't know if Will did, but anyways, and I'm just sitting there going my fucking hardest, and it's just like boop, just fucking flying by. And
is that just a fucking rude awakening, just a demoralizing feeling?
And they walk by you, and it's like they're trying to give you inspiration. Like, come on, man, you can do it. I'm like,
bro, that pissed me out. When I seen Jeremy running back down, I was like, how much longer? He's like, probably another 20 minutes up. Another 20 minutes.
That was the first time I realized. I'm like, oh God, we've got a Jordan with long hair,
bro. And I seen some threats like resting, or they might have caught a cramp, or they was just hanging out like, oh, we just chilling. I'm like, what? How? Like I laid down, I wasn't getting back up.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I wasn't getting back up.
CT showed up at nighttime.
Yeah, I wasn't far, and I got lost on the way down. So I got lost. It was just at that point, I was just like, all right, Leroy. I was kind of blacked out and just said, forget it. I remember coming down and seeing all the new threats looking at me like, look at this loser. They wouldn't say anything, but I could read it in their eyes. You're a fucking loser. I was like, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. I'll just be sleeping in the closet.
They didn't say it, but I know they were thinking it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, and I don't want to, beat a dead horse though, but I mean, it was kind of nice to have the band back together this season. And by that, I mean you, me, and Nany. Because it's been a while since like the 3 of us have done a season together. And I mean, the last season I did with Nany, it was like, it wasn't Nany. You know what it reminded me of? Remember Men in Black when the cockroach gets inside the guy's body? The sugar and Walter. That was Nany on Ride or Dies. Like it was her. It was
probably because she was dating Casey.
Exactly. And she wasn't allowed to basically be my friend anymore. So it kind of sucked, even though we were partners. Like it was so weird. I'm like,
you can't go on a show with your significant other.
Cannot.
It's not. I mean, period. Right? Even I would never go back on a show with Cam, and not because I want to. I'm just not myself.
Yeah.
I just can't. You just not. It's just different. It's like.
Yeah, but this was different. I also, and again, like I just had Nany on, and she was we've actually had some time now that she's allowed to be my friend again. We've actually had some time to like, because I just, for whatever reason, was like, damn, we just grew apart, dude. Like, and that really hurt because of all of the people that I've gotten to know on the show over the years. Like, obviously, like you and me, like, that's like our fucking sister, dude. Like, I
Yeah.
knew, like, she was, like, we have a closer
I
bond.
mean, you also had sex with your sister, so it's like,
That is true, but we did it. We did it in Arizona, and I'm pretty sure that you're allowed to sleep with siblings in Arizona.
so maybe for Casey, that was the thing of like, yeah, y'all cool, but y'all hooked up. I don't think, like, say if it was me, I think that's was ride or dies y'all wrong, and me and Nani were ride or dies. It would be different because we've never had like we've never been an ex per se, I guess you
Yeah,
would
but
call
we
it.
were never dating, dude. Me and
I
Nani, it
know,
was
but you got to
like
look
it
at
was
it
10
like Casey
years
thinks
ago.
like she thinks like a guy would think, right? I'd be like, hell no, nah, you ain't your friend.
Yeah.
Trying to fuck. If you've had sex with this guy, he's always thinking in his mind, if I had a chance, I would have sex with you again.
Yeah, I would think she was just jealous of the soapy shower Sundays.
Exactly. See?
I get it. But anyways, back to my point. It was great this season coming back in with, like, I think the last season we did together was World of Worlds 2, right? The three of us, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because you didn't do Double Agents.
yeah, I
And
didn't.
I didn't do Total Madness. So yeah, World of Worlds 2.
And it's funny how it always kind of falls into the same, like, where it's like the two of you are hamstrung with having to be, in my alliance or paired with me. And again, I think a lot of times it's actually better for your games when I get knocked out early, because then you're kind of free to play your own game. Then you don't have to, like, vouch for me.
Yeah, no, I mean, no matter what, any game we go into, we always locked in. And it's like, that's just the nature of it, right? I'm not going to change up who I'm like. Every season is going to be the exact same thing, right? And you have other people who are always right. That's, I think, the beauty of it. Like, there's not a lot of people in the game who could say that no matter what, when you go into a game, these people have your back. And but I also benefit from it, right? So I'm in an alliance with the person who's won the most that probably could win a daily to save me.
So we're friends.
I have no idea how you're benefiting from this from this friendship.
So you're saying we're friends with benefits?
Yeah, we're friends with benefits.
Uh-oh.
So I never look at it like, oh, Johnny's here and it's gonna mess up my game. It just comes with the territory of who you're friends with. I could go be friends with somebody else, and it's always gonna be something.
Well, I missed you guys, and I was very happy to see kind of the way everything shook down this season for you guys. And I mean, seeing Nany come back, and I was like, where the hell was this? And I get it. Where was this Nany on Ride or Dies? Because Nany is like, she's locked in this season, dude. I mean, they won.
Yeah.
How the fuck they won that challenge last night against the competition and what it was, I'm still trying to figure that out. But I mean, she's literally like got pretty much a stranglehold on the upstairs alliance. Like, she has become like the queen bee of the house. She took that crown away from, she's kind of taken the mantle from Olivia. Love the way that whole thing flipped on its head, because, dude, when I was there, and you knew this because the deliberation where I think it was America and I got voted in, you were the only one that didn't say my name. And it was like, at that point, Olivia really had like everybody doing her bidding.
Yeah.
And then that just kind of seemed to switch up. And then you guys were able to kind of,
I think, to go back to what you were saying with Nany on Ride or Die, just think like, no matter what, she was in a relationship.
Yeah. When she just lost her mom, she just lost her mom too. I get that
too. Yeah. But even me coming into the season, having you there, having Nany there, it did feel like, oh, so I was like, man, this is cool. Because you know how it is when you do the challenge. You want to be there with people that you like. It's not to say that I don't like other people, but like, we have a different relationship than I have with everybody else in the house. And Nany, I think she's just taking it serious now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She's coming in. It's just like, and even without her winning, Nany's a fucking dog,
She's
right?
dog.
Like,
yeah.
Nany's like probably one of the smallest girls there, but you even see her carry those things of hay. They were heavy. So she's just as small as America. She's just taller than America. And I now nothing that Nany does surprises me. Like, when she did the Stairmaster, she showed up. Any type of endurance thing, she showed up. She beat me up the mountain. I don't even know if they showed, because I didn't watch none of the only episode I watched was last night's episode. And Nany helped me up the mountain. She was fucking holding me like a baby, giving me water. And I was like, just leave, Nany, save yourself. She's like, all right. She left.
I feel like the one thing that I will say that's different about her that I feel like I've never really seen is I feel like Nany like came into her own this season in a way. I feel like this is the first season I feel like she's come in and she is every single decision that she's making, it's like she's making her own decision. She's standing 10 toes down. She's standing up for what she feels like is right. She's not in the past. I feel like a lot of the decisions that she was made, it was a lot of time, like she'd make mistakes or she'd do things when she was like inebriated. I don't really see that side of her, especially when it came to the Aneesa Ashley situation. And the way that whole interaction went down between her and Aneesa. Were you there? Were you there for that? Like, what's your take on that whole situation?
I mean, so a lot of times I was asleep during a lot of it. So I heard about what happened. And what I say is that
the Ashley part or the Nany part or both?
I was asleep for both of them, but I was out. The producers told me all season, like, we're gonna need a little bit more out of you. Well, I'm sorry. This is all I got.
You're like, I'm on the Corey Wharton plan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when I would come home from the bar, I would go to sleep because like, what is it for me to do? Think about it, Johnny. What is it for me to do when we leave a bar? Either people are getting naked in the pool, drinking, or fighting, and I'm like, I'm trying to catch up on my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did say with the whole,
I mean, those sound like three great options. Getting naked, fighting, and what was the other one? Drinking.
Yeah.
God damn, you come a long way, Leroy. Who are you? What have you done with Leroy?
I only one part or two of those things, but I think that how Aneesa was upset that Nany wasn't, or people wasn't checking Ashley about it, or how she could still be friends with her. Well, Aneesa said some really fucked up things to Nany as well, right? So if that's the case, then I shouldn't be talking to Aneesa, right?
Yeah.
I should. Nany should come to me and say, Leroy, how are you talking to her after what she said to me? So I feel like you can't, like, whenever somebody has an issue, you got to kind of let them deal with it. And it was just, I mean, it's just girl shit.
I guess it is and it's not. Here's the thing. I think what started the whole kerfluffle between the three of them, Ashley, Nany, and Aneesa, was the fact that Aneesa was basically sleeping in their room and playing both sides. You're sleeping in our room, but then you're downstairs hanging out with Olivia, and we don't know if we can trust you. You're voting her way. We don't know what intel you're providing her. And I think that's like what started out is it's like Aneesa, like you're not being a good friend, or this isn't even about being friends. We're just playing two different games. And if you want to play with her and if you want to be in her alliance, then good. Then we could chat about whatever. We could fucking chat about braiding each other's hair and girl talk. We're not going to talk game with you. And I think like she got offended by that. And because that's the game Aneesa's used to playing. Aneesa is used to being able to kind of not ever take any sides, kind of be with everyone. That's what she relies on to not get voted in. And then her thing is always like, well, I know he's against you. I know he's trying to get rid of you. But like, I'm hanging out with them. But don't worry, I'll never say your name. But it's like, yeah, but Aneesa, but you're still hanging out with and basically, you know, supported by the person that's actively trying to get rid of me. And I think that's kind of like what kicked it all off.
I remember being in the room up there, and I can't remember who was about to vote in. And when we got that, we all talked about it collectively. Me, Aneesa, all the girls in the room, Aviv, Michaela, Ashley, and Nany. And we were like, all right, this is the way we're going to vote. And then when we got down there, she was like, she had this look on her face of like, she wasn't going to do it. And she was like, she's changing her vote. And I was like, what? I was so confused. I'm like, what? We just had a whole conversation. So Aneesa, I remember asking her, like, what, you know, at the reunion and being like, well, at what point did you decide that you were in an alliance with Olivia? Because she was in an alliance with Olivia before the Nany and Ashley thing happened.
The first vote that went down, okay? Because I don't think it wasn't when I was paired up with America. I think it was when I was paired up with D still. Before the vote went down, we were trying to figure out where votes were going to fall. Remember, we were trying to make it fucking Jake versus Rogan. And I'm sitting over there and I'm looking, and Aneesa's over there like up Olivia's ass. And I literally like approached her and I was just like, Aneesa, do not get lost in the sauce, dude. Like, you better fucking have my back. And it was even that early on where it was already, that was from the beginning. This wasn't something that transpired like slowly. I feel like that was another one that was just kind of set in stone. It wasn't necessarily like out in the open, but I think that was kind of like her plan coming in was them.
Absolutely. I think she was working with him. And like you said, we could, obviously she came in the bottom coming up the mountain. So she ended up in that room with those girls. Had she come in like first, I'm sure she probably would have roomed with Olivia, I'm assuming. She said that they didn't have they weren't in an alliance at the beginning of the game, but I don't think no part of her ever was really working with Nany and them, because she, even for myself, I was thinking like, damn, you just sat here and listened to our whole game plan, and then you went and voted somewhere else. And right after that vote, we knew that, like, okay, Anissa's working with them, but she still was in the room listening to everything we were talking about. I don't even know how it came about to where somebody like called her out on it, but that is a lot of where it stemmed from. And yeah, it caught up to her. And I don't think the things that were said to each other or the things that Ashley said to her was definitely wrong, but I think it also, like you said, stemmed from Anissa playing both sides, whether she wants to admit to it or not. And that's what happened.
I feel like this season and her, I mean, dude, you just look at the landscape. I've never seen so many vets that have played the same game for so long all get held accountable, get called out for it. CT, who, again, I mean, listen, and I think it's to his benefit, because, dude, I've never seen this motherfucker more activated and more motivated in his entire life to come back and be who he used to be. And now I'm kind of like, guys, could we have just let him be? Like, now he's going to come back and he's going to be old CT. We have to deal with this shit again. We couldn't have just let him be just, kind of fat, dumb, and happy. You guys now got to, like, activate him, because I'm telling you, bro, we see one another challenge. He's not going to be the guy that was on this season. So
yeah, CT's a problem no matter how he comes in, whether he's heavy, whether he's in shape. But you're right. But like him,
but again, this isn't the first season. Yes, this isn't the first season that we've seen him coming in this shape. But this is the first time he hasn't gotten away with it and got called out for it. You got Anissa, same thing. She's played the same game every season, but she's never been called out for it until now. And then you got Turbo, same shit, dude. He's played the same. Oh, I'm an honorable man. I play honorable game. I don't play
Everybody's
coming
back with blood on their hands. So now you're not alone, Johnny.
Bro, exactly.
You're no longer
I'm saying,
alone.
like, this is the first season that we have seen so many vets who've played the same game season after season, pulled the wool over people's eyes, maybe not even pulled the wool over their eyes, just have never been called out, because, I mean, these games have been played right under our noses.
Because it's a lot of new kids.
That's what I'm saying.
The new kids weren't having it.
Not having it. This is a different breed. That's what I'm saying. Like, we've had seasons with new kids on before, and it usually goes the same way. We convince them, like, the best thing to do, get close to us. You're being part of our alliance. Nope, one by one, fucking, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. Here's elimination for you. You get an elimination. You get an elimination. And before they know it, their numbers are down. This season was different. Like, they banded together in the beginning. They weren't fucking afraid, and they had no problem. Like,
And they were good.
And they were good. And they were good, dude. One of the other, obviously, big, blow-ups this season, or I don't know, blow-ups, but, storylines was obviously Olivia coming in, holding all the cards, having all the power with this Brit alliance. And now one by one, it seems like you guys have managed to chip away at this alliance downstairs that in the beginning was running the game. And now obviously the tides have turned, the tables have flipped, and now the upstairs is running the game. And it's so funny now to hear the people who were the power in the power position, Theo, Olivia, the rest of her alliance, now complaining that they're on the bottom. But it's like, isn't that your own doing? Because I feel like this is the big difference that I see by the way you guys are playing the game. The upstairs is playing the game, and the way downstairs is playing the game. You guys are playing the old school challenge way. And I think this is what Nany was saying on the one episode when she goes, this isn't Survivor and this isn't Big Brother. And what she meant by that was, you can't lie. You can't lie to us, and you can't make all these fucking moves and then think it's not going to be discovered and think you're not going to be held accountable for it. We know that we are, because we're going to have to come back and see each other another season. Therefore, we say we got to kind of almost like, you just got to say it with your chest, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like you guys have been much more true to your alliance. You guys have been there's actually friendship. There's actually people that like want to be there and want to work together. Whereas I feel like the downstairs alliance, it was almost like anyone in that alliance is expendable. And they've shown that with, multiple people, with Izzy, with Tay, all these people that like glommed on to this alliance. And to Olivia, she's just kind of like, all right, your job, you've exhausted all the resources that you could provide. Now you can be on your way.
Yeah, and then but a lot of also people left. Like Cara, I think was with Olivia and them. Who else was? Because Cara left because of whatever purposes. But
Family.
like a lot of people that was in the downstairs alliance was also some new people too. So
That's what I'm saying.
with us challengers, we've been around each other for 15, 20 years. So once you got that solid alliance, you just kind of stick with it. And it was the girls that was running the whole house. The upstairs girls, man, it was like you said, it was wild to see Nany being there writing down names and like telling me what to do. I was like, I'll do whatever.
Well, no, it was the same. Nany, you did the same shit, bro. The morning of the burn vote when or not burn vote, the hangnail vote when America and I got voted in, you were the one that came in and woke me up. You're like, Bananas, we've been talking. I'm like, what? We've been talking. You're like, okay, we got a plan. Here's what's gonna have to happen because your name's getting tossed around. Your name's getting tossed around. You got to go talk to people. And I'm like, am I in some sort of alternate universe where, and you're like, this is what you got to do. This is the plan you got to have. This is what you got to do. But it kind of was weird because then it was going to come down to, for me to save myself, I would have had to throw Derek under the bus. I would have to go and campaign against him.
Yeah.
Well, I almost got to the point where like, it's pointless. But like I said, I mean, this was like a new Leroy and Nany, and I mean, you guys were activated this season, man.
Listen, I had to have some numbers to offset my performance. So it's like, hey, you know, that the reason, bro, I would have made it all the way to the final as long as I didn't come in last. Definitely wouldn't have won. Would have for sure got last place because I'm the little engine that could. But I mean, it's strength in numbers, man. And I've been playing the game with these girls for a while. Just really met Michaela, who was super solid. Love Michaela. Aviv was being solid. So just for those girls were there. And that's what you need, right? That's what you need going into a season. I think that more importantly, you got to have some girls. The girls hold a lot of power. That's how Derek, you know, does so well. Derek Chavez.
Yep.
Got them girls. I
thought you meant Derek Kaczynski. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen a more scatterbrained, absolutely like nonsensical game in my entire life. This is what I say about Derek is Kaczynski. He plays a game of survival, right? He's not playing a game of like, he's not looking to the future. He's not making moves that are going to benefit him in the future. He's just like, what can I do right now to stay alive? And that's why he's always so stressed out because, you know, he is pacing around. Fucking, he doesn't know how to make
whispering.
He makes one. He has one conversation, then turns around and has another one. And it's like when you're playing that game of survival, you're in fight or flight mode all the fucking time.
That reminds me. That's how Darrell plays the game.
Exactly.
Just be walking around whispering. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you whispering about? Hey man, you hear about what's about to happen? Like what?
I mean, bro, here's what I mean. I came to find out this after I went in and went home, but before the first challenge that we did, the mud hole challenge. Both Derek and CT. This is when I was talking to D about our future, not in the game, but in life. When I was talking to her about our partnership in life, not in the game. And Derek and CT both come up to me. Well, first Derek comes up, classic, comes up and goes, "Oh man, stressed out, fucking 3 hairs standing up. Hey man, I think your name's already getting tossed around to be the first one." I'm like, tossed around? We haven't even figured out the game yet. We're not even going, what do you mean? Like, how? First of all, how do you know this? And then, CT's move where he comes wandering out like he has no idea what's going on. Oh, so what are you guys doing out there? Wait, what? Wait, what were you guys? I heard. What were you guys talking about? Knows exactly what's going on.
I know, classic CT.
Come to find out that they were both in the conversation downstairs with whoever, Olivia and whoever the fuck it was, about sending me in, and they're both kind of like, I mean, we're not going to stand in the way. So
it's not us.
Kind of fucked up shit is that, man? That's what I'm saying.
What the hell is that?
So if you go in and if you kind of are like aligned with anybody, you're aligned with nobody.
Yeah, I don't know how these alliances work nowadays. I remember when I was not doing this show for a couple seasons, it was the Vacation Alliance, and the 42, man, is going to be all over the place. But it's a lot of people who are upset with each other, especially with the Turbo and the Theo and the CT. So maybe you could just fade to the black, bro. I'm
going to try and do what other people do in the past. And I mean, this is how people exploited the mine and Jordan rivalry, the me and Devin rivalry, the me and Wes rivalry, is they go in, they know the two of us, whoever it is in the house, we're going to go at it. And they can just sit back and let the bullets whiz by, and they can kind of like egg me on, egg them on, I'm going to try and do that this season. Or maybe if there's other like rivalries, I think this is one of the benefits to me going out early this season is I wasn't involved in a lot of the shit. Like, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but holy shit, dude, that reunion show, there's a lot of season left. Wait until you see all the shit that still hasn't come out and that's going to go down. There is some fucking drama, dude. And because I wasn't involved in it, I can almost show up and just be like, hey, guys, remember me?
Nah. Remember, okay, you are the challenge.
Well, yeah, that is true. You are not.
So that you saying that is about as bad as the rivalries.
And you know what?
We're gonna show you.
Okay, I said it, but it was confirmed on Twitter. So anyone that's still arguing, the challenge did a poll, and 69% of voters said I was the challenge. 69.
Listen, Matt.
You think is that any
other?
Yeah, 30%.
The other 31% who said that you weren't is some haters.
They're virgins.
Yeah, gotta be
haters and virgins.
Gotta be. They must live under a rock.
Yeah, dude.
How'd you not know that? How'd you not know that bananas was the challenge?
Fucking unreal, dude. But yeah, 69%. I thought that was I thought that it was, very fitting that was the number that voted me.
I think it's perfect.
I do too. It's great. It's a great number. Great equation. All right, so you had a pretty monumental move coming into this episode. Again, this is like a version of Leroy I've never seen before. You must have been eating your Wheaties this season. The devious Anissa okey doke, brilliantly executed, and the best part about it was, like, you guys really were able to keep that a fucking secret until the nomination time, which then prevented Theo from staking a claim, right? Like, what went into that? How? Like, where did you birth this fucking brainchild from?
Well, obviously Cam's my wife, so I thought that one of them would try to steal my partner. I didn't want to, because what happened was if Theo took America, it will offset like voting wise or whatever the case may be. So I was like, man, I don't want to end up with Adrian and end up being on the other side, and then if it's a guy's day or whatever, how the coin flip would go. So I said, that was my thing. It wasn't like I felt like somebody wanted to be my partner because I was good. But yeah, I was like, we gotta do something. And it worked. At least I thought it did. I didn't get a chance to see that episode. How did it look good?
Leroy, what? How do you not know? You were there. You didn't see the episode?
No, I don't, but I don't know what they showed of it, right?
So basically what they showed was, okay, after the challenge was over, it was kind of understood that it's going to be Theo and Adrienne, right? You guys were like, dude, we don't want Theo to stake. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to tell Anissa that the votes are going to fall on her. And you kind of went and you delivered the news. And I remember the best part was Olivia's laying in bed thinking it's Theo. Anissa comes in and goes, well, guys, it's going to be me. And Olivia could not have given a fuck less. It was almost, it wasn't even like she tried to pretend. It wasn't even like she tried to fake. Like, it was like, oh, what? She was just like, all right, well, on to the next.
Well, see you later.
So here's how you know it was executed flawlessly, is because if you see the look on Anissa's face when you guys all sit down and the votes start piling up on Theo, it was like the first one happened and it was kind of like, you see Anissa's face, she's like, and then the next one, and the last one, it was like, she was so, and I think it took, I mean, at least 3 or 4 votes for it to dawn on her what was happening. Yeah. But it wasn't just her.
Did they show me telling her? Did they show me telling Anissa?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like me and her just talking?
You're the mastermind, bro. I wish I had a clip of it.
For sure. I'm gonna have to go and watch that. But yeah, she was hurt because me and Anissa are cool, right? I love Anissa, and I would never want to. Only way I would ever have to vote Anissa in is if it was like, okay, we're at the end of the game and this is what has to happen. But when I told her, she was just like
sick,
and I felt bad about that because I know that feeling of like knowing that you're about to go in last minute and it's coming from somebody that you actually fuck with. You like, what you gotta say my name?
Yeah, but it wasn't her. You could just be like, dude, you were just a shiny object.
No, I told her that, but I'm saying in the moment, I was like, I can't wait for the deliberation to be over so I can run up to her and say like, hey, I was just joking.
It was never you.
It's just like, it felt like a lifetime because like she was just moped out of there like Eeyore.
Well, the best is you voted Theo, and then I think he still voted in somebody. He still said somebody else's name.
Yeah, during the season, I could do no wrong. I remember watching, and I ended up voting Theo's name, and Olivia and them all ended up saying Derek and Dee's name. I was just like, what are y'all doing? Like, before we would walk in, they will all be talking to me the whole downstairs, like, come on, Leroy, you need to change your vote. And I'm thinking, like, what makes you think that I'm about to flip on Nany?
Yeah.
Sounds crazy. It's not happening.
Just to see. They just wanted to test your resolve. They just wanted to they wanted to test your mettle. Speaking of test,
what I will say really quickly, I had nothing against none of them. I know you had your little thing with Olivia. I thought she was cool. I thought Theo was cool. The whole downstairs. So for me, it was like strictly game. It was all business. It never was nothing like personal. And I think that's why I was able to last so long in my room. And
Leroy, you're a hard guy to dislike. You're very difficult. I don't think I've ever met anyone. I can't say. I literally cannot name one person I met that's like that doesn't like you. Or is like Leroy's a dickhead.
Well, after the way I raised my voice in my toddlers last night.
Yeah, those are your kids. I'm talking about on the show.
Like, oh yeah, of course.
Dude, come on, man. Yeah, it's almost like I feel like you and Mark Long kind of have the same gift where it's like you guys are there, but you're never like in, you're not in the line of sight. You're not in anyone's line of fire. You're still playing the game.
That is true.
You're just not.
I like that.
Yeah. Speaking of dysfunctional partnerships, this is a segment that I want to play. This segment is brought to you by Life Alert. Okay. I'm going to show you a few pictures, and I want you to tell me, am I in a happy partnership? Here's the first one.
Oh, shit.
Am I in a happy partnership? Leroy?
Absolutely. That's an absolute no. That's a get me out of here. This picture right here is a please come save me. That is crazy. Where are you getting these stills?
From the show. What do you mean? Where am I getting them from? This is after the challenge too. This is after they just. Here's the crazy part. This is after they just beat you guys.
I know. I was there for all of this, and I was feeling bad for Sydney because she was so excited to get Turbo, and even I knew, I'm like, you don't even know what you're about to get yourself into.
You have no idea.
You have no idea.
Bro, here, you want to know the fucked up part? And I've said this before, but I don't know if you know this. Okay, so the elimination that I end up going into when, the Sudoku puzzle, the fucking infamous Sudoku puzzle. When we were picking partners, when we were like reorganizing partners before that, because I got Lekka, do you know who was supposed to pick me and didn't? Sydney. We had discussed.
Wait.
She finished obviously before me in the prior challenge, right?
So you didn't get a chance to work with Sydney at all.
No. So she was supposed to. We had talked about it, I think, before, and I was like, "Yo, on the next pick, like pick me, right?" Because then that was when me and America were going in, and then it was the non-challenge or the non-elimination because Naya. And we go to pick, and I told her again right before. I was like, "You're gonna pick me, right?" She goes, "You know what? No, I think I'm gonna go with Turbo because I want to save you for a girls' day." And I'm like, Sydney, one of us is fucking in big trouble right now. All right, one of us needs a win and needs to be like helped now. That's not you.
Yeah.
She's like, "No, I'm gonna save you for a guy's day or a girls' day." And now she is paying the price, which brings us to our second picture. It's picture number 2. Am I in a happy couple? Is this a happy partnership? Is this something that like you think, hey, I want to bring you home to the parents, and can I go call my boyfriend or my dad?
This looks like I would rather drink toilet water than hear what Turbo is saying kind of picture. I would rather drink toilet water with feces in it.
Do you think at this point, I mean, this is what I'm looking at. It almost looks to me like she's like, I would rather be anywhere else right now than here. Can I go and like, I don't know, hang out with my friends?
She used to see Sydney. She used to walk up whispering, and it was tough to like be around and watch. But it's like just you wanted to be with this guy, and Turbo culturally is just different than the average American or average guy. Period. So I know that had to be tough for her.
You think?
What I will say though is when he told her not to call her boyfriend. What I took from that was, I think that it was more so of like how you said, like, hey, is every time you go in there, you're crying, so you shouldn't call. I think his delivery was bad. I don't think Turbo was like, don't call your boyfriend, I own you. It's like, if you see your partner coming, I think the delivery was kind of bad.
Well,
I
I
wanted to actually
disagree
say
because
that.
she even said that wasn't the case. So,
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for that, but I was assuming that that's what I was hoping that's what he meant by it. Like, hey, I know you're crying, but maybe you shouldn't.
All right, which brings us to our last image. What was he saying in this? What do you think he was saying in this part? What's going on here?
Come with me if you want to live. If you want to breathe,
or don't get off this stage unless you want to die.
That's crazy. Damn, man. She was going through it. She was going through it. The episode I watched where she was just laying in the bed after we did the haystack, I was like, I'm like, damn.
Yes.
I'm sure she regret not just taking me as a partner. She'd better have been go home early.
No, she would have. I can't believe she didn't. Speaking of, and that was the end of our segment from Simply Safe called "Am I in a Functional Partnership?" And I think they were all no. But Leroy, thank you.
Absolutely no.
Thank you for narrating those. I really appreciate that. The haystack challenge, that was a really difficult one to watch, especially because, I mean, you guys were like neck and neck at the end. One thing that I caught that I'm not sure, I mean, maybe you could shine some light on this. It's like you had to stack the hay bales up. Were you not allowed to stack them on their end? Was there like some sort of way you weren't allowed to stack them? Because it seemed to me like make it longer, put it on its end. I mean, or was that just not an option?
No, you could do it however you wanted to do it.
Okay.
You could do it however you wanted to do it.
It was just more difficult. It wasn't stable.
It wasn't. And then, like, I mean, obviously with somebody small, like America got to hold it, put it up there. It was definitely tough, right? They actually let us like practice carrying them. And when I lifted the first bale of hay up, I said, yeah, she's not going to be able to do this. And going into the challenge, when they told us what it was, I knew we were done. I'm like, I said, as long as, if there's going to be something that's going to be endurance wise, I thought maybe we have a chance with Anissa and Jake, respectfully, but the hay had my skin all breaking out. I was fucked up, man. I looked like Will Smith and Hitch, lip all swollen, thighs all.
It was just razor bumps, baby.
Yeah, them just bumps.
Speaking of Anissa and Jake, though, again, this is what I was going to say. I noticed. Was there a rule? Because we don't have Jordan there this season, who is the the rules specialist. Was there a rule that you had to unhook the ring off of the loop because Jake just snapped the keys off of both of them, and that's how he then ended up getting, I think, ahead or close or tied or whatever to Theo? Was that ever because I thought that was kind of, it's like, shouldn't that have been a rule? Like, you got to take the ring off. You can't just pull the key off.
I'm sure. Now, I can't confirm or deny, but the way that we know the challenge, I'm sure that's what they said. Like, you couldn't like jump. You had to like, if you weren't tall enough, you had to get another thing of hay. But you rip it off, absolutely not. But you know how it goes. It's the game, right?
But that's a big. I mean,
but if nobody notices it, right? They're on the opposite end. So they do it all the way down there. You got to think the cameras probably weren't even set up down there.
Yeah, they were. Did you not watch the episode? Jesus Christ, Leroy. There was a fucking camera on it. You literally see Jake jump up, snap it off, and then he's running back. Listen, my dad always says work smarter, not harder. I get that. But what I'm saying is that seems like a very clear violation of the fucking game, dude.
They're going to ref whatever they want to ref.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to. No matter, and it doesn't matter who could possibly be going in, right? They could have said something at the end, but looking at the storyline of it, it's like, all right, we got these two. So I didn't even think nothing of that until you told me.
We should call Jordan. Should we call Jordan and ask him what he thinks?
I mean, you know how it go, man, on the challenge. It depends on what side of the coin you're on. Sometimes it works in your benefit. Sometimes it doesn't.
Well, I'm just saying it sucks because I feel like it ended up fucking you because then it came down to you guys at the end.
Johnny, what fucked me was sitting on my couch eating fucking Doritos all day and coming on the challenge. That's what fucked me, right? So that we like, these days I like to take accountability of, okay, Leroy, why are you in this position carrying this hay with America? You have 6 points the whole season. So you don't even get to decide who's going to be your partner. You're going to get picked, right? So I'm gonna sit up here and cry about a fucking key getting pulled when regardless of, even if I had somebody else better, they would have been dragging me. So it's just like.
So were you kind of, when you guys lost that, I mean, you could be honest with me. When they got the key in first and opened it, was there part of you that was kind of
mine was the wrong one? So it was two locks.
Yep.
But I put it in the wrong one. So if I'd have had it the right one, it'd have been, we'd have got it.
Stuck in the wrong one.
Yep. Been there before.
Fucking hate when that happens.
Hershey Highway.
Unbelievable. So that's the problem. You stuck the key in the Hershey Highway.
Yep. Put it in the wrong hole, man. And
was there part of you though? Was there part of you after? Was there like any sense of relief? Okay, because like you said, you were kind of like, were you checked out mentally? Were you still in the game 100%?
I definitely, I was checked out from the beginning.
Yeah.
But like when it's that close, you want to get it. But then when it happened, I just thought to myself like, all right, there's only a few challenges left. I'm thinking about what the final is going to be. So I wasn't. It didn't suck the life out of me how it would be if I would have.
It didn't
years
suck,
ago.
It didn't suck the life out of you as it would have if this was your.
Yeah, I knew my partner wasn't about to fucking strangle me. My partner was definitely not about to do that. My partner was actually really cool. So yeah, I felt more bad for America. Like damn, like what could have Leroy have done a little bit better, because it's her first season, right? And all she did was hype me up the whole season, bro. You should have heard this girl. Like, Leroy, you're the greatest and you're such a legend. I'm like, who, me? Really? All right.
Yeah. Spoken like a true super fan.
Yeah, that exactly.
How did Nany and Justin win that? That's what I want to know.
Man, Nany has the ability. She has a switch to just fucking turn it on. So now people that are watching the show, you cannot doubt her. It depends on what season that she's on. Sometimes but I feel like her and Justin click so well together. Imagine like working with yourself, Johnny. Two of you, you probably will work great with yourself as you do when you're by yourself. You're gonna prevail. Like they're just like the same type of person.
I think
the chemistry.
I think that could be part of it. I will say those because I watched again and I rewound it a bunch of times to watch their episodes. That's what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm watching film. And I noticed that Justin's hay bales were different than everybody else's.
What are you about to say? Something stupid?
No, because everyone's bales were made of hay. His were made of hay.
Hey, it's way easy to carry. I'm like, man, hey, I got this fucking bale. Hey, he got some hay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not fair. Justin,
listen, and he's a fucking dog.
I know.
He is a dog.
Underestimated. I think him and Cedric they're in contention for dark horse like challenger of the season because they both were fucking sneaky good, dude, in different ways.
Yeah. I knew Cedric was good off when he jumped off that we were in the water. He did this. He came right up. I was like, yeah, this kid, he can't fool me, bro.
But bro, it's not even necessarily. Yes, his physical abilities are impressive.
But how he plays the game,
bro. He was an intelligence in the Marines, and that's the thing is here's what he's so good at. He's so good at using what everybody sees him as, almost as like, Cedric, this poor little kid, he must not know anything. He was like the baby. I think he knows because he has like that baby face and he has that demeanor. He plays that up. He did it with me. I was only there for a week, and he made it feel like I felt like he was in the room. I felt like I had to like protect him. I literally was like, bro, I got you. Like, this is probably too overwhelming for you. Like, there's a lot going on. I know you can't process it. And he played into that when he's probably like this.
He's like,
I know.
Thanks, sucker. Thanks, sucker, brother.
Well,
got your bitch ass.
And again, this kind of it's the scene where they're at the bar. This is after the challenge, and him and Jeremy are sitting there, and Jeremy's basically sitting there being like, yeah, bro, like me and you, we've been brothers since the beginning. We're both Marines. Like, I think we wanted to run this thing out in the beginning, and I see you and Michaela, and I want to see you there in the final. And Cedric's just sitting there like yesing him to death. And then he basically is just like, yeah, I could kind of see a similar thing, but didn't give.
Not saying nothing.
And then goes into the interview and goes, yeah, Jeremy's telling me that I moved up a spot on his, list, but I'm not fucking moving mine. I'm just going to yes this motherfucker to death. And I'm like, damn, dude. Like, what?
Cedric, who was that? Somebody said that he was the biggest snake.
He is.
Who said that?
I don't know, but he is.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I guess I would call it gameplay
It
these
is.
days. Because, I wouldn't say snake. That's harsh. But I think
Yeah,
that
who would call somebody a snake, especially if they were pregnant?
Right.
Unbelievable.
I think that he played a really good game. He had me fooled. He had me fooled as far as not how he could compete, but like just playing like he didn't know what was going on, and he walking around with the Bible and stuff every day. And this is like, yeah, nah, bro. Good kid though. Overall, regardless of how he played the game, I think game well played.
Such a nice guy.
Yes.
And here's the other thing: you can't forget he was obviously Marine intelligence, but also Big Brother. And he and that's the thing. That's a very Big Brother game that he's playing. He doesn't say a lot. He makes it out like, and again, he just kind of plays into that. Most people would be like, I'm an adult. I know what I'm doing. Don't treat me like a kid. He didn't. He leaned into that. It's almost as if it's like, I'm going to lean. If people don't think I'm good, I'm going to lean into that. I'm going to pretend like I'm a layup. And then really I'm fucking going
to. But Big Brother, you only get one chance. You can only do it once on the challenge. We know now.
Yep. Yeah.
So you kind of like you blew your whole wad. Now we know you're a dog ass competitor, and everything else that's coming out of your mouth is kind of like now you got to get up out of here. So it's gonna the road. If he gets casted again, the road will be way harder for him moving forward. Jeremy, I mean, you out of there immediately. They're gonna try to get you sent in.
You know what they say, Larry? Fool me once.
Yeah.
Shame on you. Fool me twice. You ain't gonna fool me again.
I probably would get fooled again. Wait a minute, you don't remember last season? What happened last season? I didn't watch it. I don't know what happened.
You forget. Completely forgot, dude. And then Michaela, like, what's at this point in the game, like, where's Michaela at? Because up until now, I thought she was part of the upstairs girls situation of Eve, Nany, Ashley, kind of against the downstairs, which kind of seems like she still is, but at the same time, she's almost trying to convince Cedric and Will, Aviv and Jeremy are getting a little fucking sneaky here. But in her mind, that's because she wants to keep Turbo and Sydney in the house, because then that rivalry between them and Theo is going to be maintained, and she can exploit that. Like, what the hell's going on with that? Like, that seems like some 3S shit.
I mean, Michaela's is playing all angles, right? Looking at it, however, and the game is getting tighter now. So we already had a conversation that, like, hey, once enough people down there go home, we're gonna have to start, taking shots at each other. Everybody's cool with. So you got to. I think it's really good gameplay, because if you're just sitting around just kind of waiting, Michaela's always looking, always having conversations. Do I feel like I could trust her? Absolutely. But as the game gets tighter, you gotta start making moves. Like you said, you could sit back and say something, like how CT does, say something and kind of put it in somebody's ear. I mean, we all trying to win that money at the end, so I get it.
If you see something, say something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Michaela's a really good player.
She is.
A really good player.
She's smart, dude. Here's what it is. She is a very logical and like clear thinker. And the way she lays out, like when she's talking, when she's having an argument, when she's having a discussion, or even in like nominations, the way she lays out her case and the way she lays out her mindset, it's like she lays it out as if she's like putting out like a fucking like a legal case. And that's what's like impressive.
You can't imagine trying to argue.
No,
you can't even argue that.
No,
there's nothing you could say.
No,
I'm like, damn. She's not saying nothing mean or being like aggressive.
She's not even saying something that you can necessarily argue against, because it's like, oh shit, okay, yeah, you kind of have all the angles already figured out before I even went there.
Bro, everybody would be so pissed listening to her talk. I'm just like, damn, man, I would hate to have.
Speaking of pissed hearing her talk, what's like? What do you think the origin story is for this her and Olivia beef? Because I mean, that kind of went to fucking nuclear meltdown mode last episode when she was like, I'm gonna punch the shit out of you. But like,
Michaela was just came over to the house too. Like last week she was here, and I didn't even ask. I don't even know. I have no idea like what their issue is. But
is it just two very strong-willed females on opposite ends of the house playing two different games, and just like we're just kind of seeing sparks?
I guess that's what it is.
Yeah.
I didn't even know where your beef came from, Olivia, from 40, right? So I have no idea, but they do not like each other.
Yeah.
They do not like each other. And yeah, she told her she was gonna punch her in the face. I was like, damn.
I think it's, you know what I think it is? I think it's because they play two completely different games. And again, I think Michaela does, I feel like, play a much more straightforward, in your face. I'm going to lay out my cards on the table. I'm going to stab you in the chest, not the back type of game. And Olivia does the exact opposite. I think Olivia, they both play very solid games. The difference is Olivia's is
because Michaela was calling her out.
Much more snaky, much more cloak and dagger, much more like, I'm going to stab you in the chest, not the back. I'm going to use you until you're expendable. Everyone is expendable to me, and I'm going to use them until they have, until they're no longer useful.
Anisha said she was going. And she said, "Oh, well, all right.
Well, see you later.
Have a nice elimination round." Yes.
Jake and Leo, another. I mean, because again, like a lot of these, I feel like a lot of these friendships and a lot of these alliances are being tested. Do you agree with Jake and Adrienne that Leo has no backbone? Because basically, Jake's like, I'm your boy, right? Play your own game. But what Leo's doing is he's playing the numbers, dude. Ashley has much more numbers in the game than he does. And it's almost like Jake's telling him to play a game that's like, play this game, even though it's not necessarily going to be more beneficial for your game. Do it because you're my friend.
That sounds crazy. It sounds like somebody who's never played this game before. So Jake's and Adrienne's feelings, I get it because they don't even know any better. They really don't even understand it. And Leo probably is feeling bad because he doesn't understand it either.
I think Leo understands it. I think Leo understands it. Leo is very fucking smart, dude. I've spent some time outside of the game with this guy. Even though he comes off as like this, Love Island, fucking fuckboy, whatever. He's not, dude. Very smart. I just think he's stuck between a rock and a hard spot where it's like, yes, you're my boy. And yes, we're friends, but our games diverged when we picked these permanent partners. Now I'm with Ashley. Ashley is tied in with all the girls upstairs. I'm not going to lie, but they are in a much better position. You're on a sinking ship with Theo and Adrienne. So sorry, but and
that's how the game is. You're also partnered with a vet that's on the opposite side. So for you to choose, it would be like if Leo had all the numbers and Ashley would go back and tell Nany and like, listen, I want to vote with y'all, but like I'm like, what do you expect me to do? And they would understand it. So for them two not to understand it, it's just, I think they just new and not getting it. They're playing off emotion. That's what it is. Because a logical thinker would be like, I understand where you're coming from, bro. Y'all got all the numbers over there. I know that you want to help me, but you can't. Okay, yeah, cool. They're like, if you don't do this, then we're not friends anymore.
What's Leo gonna do? Make a decision and convince Ashley to go against her lines? Like, that's not gonna happen.
No way, shape, or form, bro.
All right. So after nominations, Turbo and Sydney go in. I'm sorry, Theo and Adrienne go in, but only by one vote. Was this kind of like a wake-up call, you think, for Turbo and Sydney? Like, where did this come from? Or was this kind of like out of left field? All of a sudden they're being targeted? Like, what was the thought process?
I mean, Turbo and Sydney is predicted to win the whole season.
You know who I'm talking about, right? These two.
Yeah, come with me if you want to live. Mr. Come with me if you want to live. And that girl. Yeah, I think that no matter what, I feel like they're predicted to win the whole thing. So that's what that comes down to. Like you said, with Michaela trying to, she want to keep Theo and Turbo around, one of them, so they could just keep going back and forth.
It's a smart move. Clever girl. So you show up, it's a puzzle. I mean, is this the first time you've ever been excited that you get a puzzle for an elimination based on who your partner is?
I was so excited. I was excited for myself. Because I didn't want to do nothing physical. Yep. Right. I was all itchy from all that hay or whatever.
Like, I still haven't got the fucking Sonic coins back that I got knocked out of me on 40.
Johnny, I prayed. I remember getting home and sitting on the toilet, bro, and I was like, God, just please don't give me nothing physical. Not even physical to where I'm putting my hands on somebody. I don't even want to be out of breath.
Yep.
And,
we do our best thinking on the toilet, they say.
Yeah, man. I was sitting there blowing the bathroom while somebody was knocking like, hey man, we about to leave. I said, chill out, I'm shitting.
How do you sit? Do you sit like facing forward or do you sit facing backwards?
So my chest faced the back of the toilet bowl.
Yeah, me too. The tank.
I love it that way.
It's cool because you can do activities like you have like the like this. I use the tank lid as like a table when I do activities and stuff on it.
Yes, and I take all my clothes off, but I just got a shirt on, so it's like t-shirt with no panties.
You're like the little 5-year-old kid at the urinal that pulls his pants all the way down to his ankles.
Just like my son. That's how he does. He's all the way down. I'm like, bro, and I'm trying to. He's 3. This is what he should be doing, but it's like his little thighs is touching the fucking toilet. Got a fucking spray sanitizer on his thighs.
He's got his on his tippy toes to pee in the fucking urinal. Oh god!
No, I actually just let him pee in a bottle. Whenever we're out in public, like we're at a store, I'll take him to the bathroom and we have like this little bottle he pees in. I got from Amazon because he can't do it. Right? Yeah. He can't. There's no way of getting him up there. So I pee in his bottle. So that's what he thinks now. We in public, like, where's the bottle, Daddy? I gotta pee. Sometimes it could be any bottle, bro. Sometimes if I don't have his pee bottle, it'll be a fucking Gatorade bottle, fucking water jug. Just go ahead, son.
Hand it over, you pumpkin pie haircutted freak. You ever had that happen before? Don't get pulled over. Cops like, give me some of that. Grandpa's old cough medicine. This seemed like it was good, like the most frustrating elimination ever, because it's like you're never going to get enough time on each one. And it seemed like what you're doing, your partner's undoing. Like, what was, I mean, looking back on this elimination, is there something you wish you would have done differently? Because that's what it seemed like.
We would have worked on our own puzzle. So when it spun around, we would have just kind of like stared at the other puzzle that we was working on and kind of visualized what we would do next, because when you keep moving it, like you said, but that also was a bad strategy too, because now they're still working.
Were all 4 puzzles different? Were they the same? Like you couldn't look at the other puzzles and see what they were doing?
No, I mean, they were the same, but like I couldn't look at theirs and be like, okay, ours is going to be that way. What I was thinking to myself is like, all right, how could I, because I do telegraphs at the crib, like, all right, well, how can we mirror something?
Yeah.
And it's just frustrating because I'm trying to tell her, but I hear Theo's fucking loud ass accent. I hear Adrian. It's just like
what I'm saying is, in tanagrams, you can use like shapes to make other shapes, like 2 triangles make a square, I don't know, 2 parallelograms make a love triangle, whatever. Couldn't you look at the other puzzle and be like, oh shit, we're missing a square, or oh, they put these 2 pieces together to make this certain shape or something like that? Or was it just kind of nothing?
Nope. Absolutely not. That's what I was looking at, and I was just like, "This." For the first 10 minutes of it, I blacked out.
I saw. Leroy, I'm telling you, I wish I would have had the clip, dude. The look on your face after TJ announces what the game is, and then once you're spinning around, I've seen that look on your face a million times. When
Johnny,
you're doing a puzzle, I've seen when you're doing a group puzzle, and when we did the like the numbers were popping up.
Yeah, I remember.
Pretending like you're helping. You're like, yeah, it's 45.
Bro, I literally I remember coming back too, and America had the piece in her hand. So what they told us was, no matter what, you cannot remove the piece from the puzzle. If you do, the game is over with. You lost.
Oh shit.
She grabs the fucking puzzle piece, bro, and she's just holding it, and we just spinning it around like this. And I'm like, oh, like we're done. And they didn't say nothing or whatever the case may be, but I was banking on her getting it, right? And even when they stopped us to do it, I'm sitting here like, I don't. It's a lot easier to do a puzzle like that when it's like multiple teams.
Yeah.
But if you're like going against one-on-one, and it's like the elimination, that's tough. Like if it's like, all right, a checkpoint, you gotta do a puzzle, cool. But in an elimination, it was.
Been there, done that. Yeah, dude. And the stress of the game. And then once you hear them call for check and they've got one, and then when it's just down to like it's those moments when it's almost like when you need to be the most focused, it's the hardest to be the most focused. And that's what ends up fucking a lot of people, is just making simple, stupid mistakes, man.
When they blew the horn, it was just like, it was like a sigh of relief, like, oh, I'm finally done. You know how even when you lost to Gabe, I'm sure he was like, all right, cool. It's because no matter what, you're way up the hill, and the challenge to get to the final is going to be hard. It's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I knew the same thing for America, and we're going to constantly be in here, or it's going to be an uphill battle if we got to do something physical, like an endurance type deal. So I was like, all right, I've been here for 7-8 weeks, man. I'm ready to get up out of here.
The only positive to the elimination with Gabe was like, that's not elimination I can look back on and be like, why didn't I do this? Or I wish I would have fucking done this. There's nothing
you could do.
There's nothing I could do other than
No,
strap a fucking elephant to my back.
there was nothing you could do. And as for
Cooked.
me, cooked, there was nothing that I could do. I think, not sitting on the couch eating fucking Kit Kats every day.
Oh, there they are. All right.
A little Halloween treat.
Well, any final thoughts on this season? And the big question, are we going to see you again anytime soon?
Great season. I'm happy that like a rookie, obviously male or female, we don't know yet, will get a chance to win their first season. I think that's always pretty dope. That's something that a lot of us can say. You got sent home on your first rookie season. I should have got sent home on my first rookie season because third place, no money is trash. Yeah, I like the direction that it's going. I can see them. I hope they bring quite a few of the threats back. You definitely will not see me on season 42.
Oh,
yeah, I will not. I will not be coming.
Why? You got?
Because I'm just not. I'm not mentally, bro. It was the other mental part. It was harder to be away from my children. I'm not using that as an excuse, but 7 weeks is a very, very long time, and I wasn't prepared for that. Right?
Can't you put in the contract where you could bring the kids? That'd be fun.
I'm trying to get away from them, and then when I'm away for too long, I want to be back. But I don't feel like I need about a good 2 years of like good solid work, mentally, physically, for me to say, hey, I'm ready to come back. So taking the season off, I feel like it's fair.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I don't want to be a pessimist here, but I don't know if you've noticed, but RIP MTV. All right. I don't know if you saw, but they announced that it's basically been completely dissolved in like Europe and all the South American countries. And it's not going to, it ain't going to be around. I mean, it's like in its death throes. It's not going to be around much longer in the US. So good run. I wish I could say I was sad to see it go, but I'm really not. So now we're going to be on Paramount, right? And season 42, this next season that's coming up, this is going to be one of the most important seasons as far as just viability is concerned. Like, we are going to have to go show up and show out to prove to our new, parents, Skydance, that we are worth keeping around. So I feel like we've got to put out the bat signal right now for next season. Yeah. And any able-bodied fucking person that we have that's going to bring some entertainment to the screen has got to come. I know you don't necessarily want to, but I'm just saying, man, this is a very important season. It might not be around in 2 years if we don't show up and do the right thing. I'm talking to the fans out there too, all right? You guys need to fucking tune the fuck in, all right? If you don't have Paramount, pay the $6, whatever it is. It's up to us, and it is up to you. This is obviously a symbiotic relationship we have here, and we got to make sure that 42 is literally the greatest season that we've ever put on. It's got to be, too big to fail.
I know, I agree with that. Upstairs for me isn't great as far as doing that again. Mm-hmm. And I know that there are other challengers. And like I said, I don't want to, this is how I feel now, like at 40 and a lot more mature. I don't want to take it away from somebody else who really wants to be there, right? That really wants that money. I mean, it's not that I don't need the money and I could definitely use it. But Johnny, when I tell you, bro, I've never had a thought in my mind of me not ever wanting to do the challenge. Every time they would call me, I'm like, man, I want to do it. I truly don't want to do it, but I am putting the energy out there that it still will be good without me. And I hope that they continue to do it so I can do
there have
another
been
season.
People who've come on the challenge before who have had things happen outside, so they have to bow out early, show up, show some face, and fucking get the fuck out. That's not naming any names, but
yeah. I'm actually calling to ask if I could do that. Like, can you guys send me home early?
Yeah, can I be?
This is what me and Nany always said before I leave. Even if I wanted to, right?
Couldn't do it.
I couldn't.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way, dude.
I have too much pride, and I just feel like, and when you get in the game and start playing,
I know.
It's just like you can't. You just, now you win it. You like, hell yeah, now you want to win. I don't have it in me.
Yeah.
But
all right.
If I were you, I hope that you win, bro. I hope you get number 8. right?
That would be nice.
I
You're
hope
probably the only person on earth that
yeah,
wishes that.
I truly hope that you win. I hope that this guy girl. I hope that Nany gets her first, and I hope that you get number 8. And I know that you're definitely going to bring it. I know whoever is replacing me, right? Because I will be taking up a spot for somebody.
Leroy, there's no replacing you.
Well, whoever that's going to be when I tell them no, when they call my phone,
who's going to be in your place?
Yeah, who's going to be in my place? Will definitely bring it. But I think the show will still go on, bro. Like
the show must go on, but will it?
The show will go on.
That's the question. I'm just saying. I know we've said this before. Oh, well, who knows? Might not have the rate. Now it's more real than ever. It's more real than ever because, dude, we will know, like, RIP MTV, dude. Like, we're not going to be on MTV anymore. So it's not like I'm breaking any news because it's been out on social media, and I've just known. I mean, we've seen this coming for a while. I'm happy about it personally, and here's why. I feel like MTV was this fucking – it's almost like an old like an old relative or someone that's like – it's just like put them out of their misery already, dude. Why do we have them on life support? All right.
Yeah, MTV didn't change with the times.
No, dude, no.
They didn't.
And I still want to know. Maybe we'll never find out. It's probably gonna be buried like the JFK files. I want to know what the fuck Rob Dyrdek has over MTV. All right, did they bury a body together, like with the higher ups? Like, because there's something nefarious.
The show's still going.
I'm saying it was all that was on. How do you have an entire network and you only play one show?
Yeah, because they used to do reruns back in the day. I mean, listen,
no shade on. I love Ridiculous. I love Rob. I mean, the guys. But what I'm saying is, how do you have a network that its entire fucking viability is based on one show? Because the challenge is like, yeah, we'll show it once and then never show it again. Like you can only watch it on MTV.
So what happens to all the other shows that was on
MTV?
You
got rid of, bro. Not just shows.
Jersey Shore, the whole nine.
I don't know which shows they've kept. So basically, what happened? Skydance came in, bought Viacom. Viacom owns Paramount. They then did like an audit of all of the shows, and not just shows, but the networks, the cable channels that were under the Viacom umbrella, Viacom CBS umbrella, Paramount. And they were like, we'll keep this one, get rid of this one. Keep this one, get rid of that one. So I don't know what the final like tally is, but I know that the challenge, we made it. Like, obviously, we didn't get fucking cut. It's like, we made the roster, but it's like we're like on the practice squad. You know what I mean? Like we got to prove ourselves in order to like get up to first string. So I don't know about the other shows, but I know.
With that mindset, if you thinking like, hey, we need to bring it as competitors, I'm sure the Buna Murray's thinking the same thing. Like, hey, we need to bring it as far as the type of show that we're going to put out. So I think it'll be okay. Like I'm not tripping over. I think the challenge is going to be around for a long time.
All right.
And if not,
it has
somebody else is going to recreate it. Like, even let's just say they stop doing the challenge. Somebody else will pick up a show that's like it and invite us. But you can't do it without
a cast member will come up with a really bootleg version called Fat Camp or whatever it is, and they'll record promos next to their chimney on a rooftop.
That's fucking legendary.
Oh, dude. Well, listen, man, it's always a pleasure fucking chopping it up. Miss you, love you. Can't wait to see you again. And yeah, dude, before I go, I know you had you were saying that you're trying something new with your pop-up barbershops. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I just did one in Detroit. I was supposed to do one in Philly, but that didn't end up working out, which I will come to Philly.
Okay.
But I'm going to be popping up in different cities across the United States and coming to cut hair. So people can follow me on Instagram. I just started a Snapchat too.
Okay.
My Snapchat is called Life of Roy Lee.
Life of Roy Lee.
So Life of Roy Lee, follow me on Snapchat. And yeah, I'm going to pull up and be cutting some hair. I think, and it was a dope experience. I did the one in Detroit and people showed up and I was like, damn, like, that's why I think the challenge is going to be around, because you got the demographic for the challenge goes all the way from like they're teenagers to people who are like in their 60s, late 60s.
Yeah.
So I think that it'll be good.
I think one piece of advice, I think, because you have your Bruce Lee 85 on Twitter, your Roy Lee the Barber on Instagram, and then your Life of Roy Lee. I think you should at least try and make those uniform, make them all the same. That way people just have one way to find you on all of them.
Man, I ain't been on Twitter in a while.
I know. I still tag you.
Twitter. I was using Twitter to watch porn.
Yeah. Bears?
Yeah.
Bears porn?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, what a fucking good Lord. All right, man. Listen, love you to death. Tell Cam I said hello. Give the babies a kiss for me and some chocolate chip waffles. All right.
Tantrum.
And yeah, man, with that being said, thank you for stopping by the Death, Taxes, and Bananas podcast, where the tea flows like wine and my guests instinctively flock like the salmon of Capistrano. I'm Oprah, and I love you.